Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about the Hansi Flick red card. What matches will he be missing? Will Barcelona appeal that? And then, as well, we're talking about Frenkie de Jong, because right now the whole situation in regards to Frenkie de Jong is a little bit toxic. But I do want to give some insight into that. I want to look at some of his attitudes as well. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you to stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get straight into the video. All right, guys, let's get straight into the video and let's talk about that Hansi Flick red card against Real Betis. And Hansi Flick is not one to usually get a red card. He talked about after the match, and when Barcelona, the penalty went against Barcelona, Hansi Flick, he was sent off. And at first, I thought it was actually for Frenkie de Jong for committing that penalty, but no, it was for Hansi Flick. And after the match in the press conference, Hansi Flick, he did speak about that red card. And he said, I don't understand my red card. I didn't say anything to anybody. I had a reaction, something I said to myself. This has never happened to me before. And apparently, when you look at the referee's match report, Flick was sent off for leaving the technical area, shouting and making gestures to protest one of the decisions. That was in the referee match report. And when I look at that, I just think that's absurd. How many managers around the world in La Liga, for example, protest and make gestures and everything like that? If that was the case, then every single manager would have to be sent off. And then when you think about some of the more energetic managers, you think of, for example, Diego Simeone in La Liga, then you'd basically not be in basically in the technical area and on the bench at all. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And if Hansi Flick were to serve that suspension, he will miss at least 2 league games, which would be against Leganés and Atlético Madrid. And looking at how Atlético Madrid, they've just won their match 4-3 against Sevilla. It makes the title race very, very close. And you see some frustration there from Hansi Flick. You see them. Obviously, the club will try to appeal Hansi Flick's red card, but knowing La Liga, knowing how they are, that's not very likely going to happen. And so Barcelona are going to have to confront these next 2 La Liga matches without Hansi Flick on the technical area. And obviously, we know how dreadful the referees are in La Liga. That's something that we do know. And frustration builds over the match against Real Betis. And we have to talk about Frenkie de Jong, guys, because after Frenkie de Jong, he did commit the penalty. There are reports that saying that Frenkie de Jong, he felt guilty about that draw against Real Betis, and he even went to as far to apologize and take responsibility and basically take the blame for the draw. And I do like this from Frenkie de Jong because he is one of the captains of the club. And when you do make a mistake like that, you have to own up to it. You have to apologize and say, "Hey guys, I am at fault. I apologize," because he basically gave life to Real Betis. At the time, Barcelona, they were leading 1-0, and when Frenkie de Jong came, he gave away the penalty and everything like that. And Frenkie de Jong, right now, apparently, he is in a mode of listening to criticism. He's open to listen to criticism, and he wants to work hard to return to a high level. And he's doing even extra training to return to that high level. And if this report is true, then I really like that from Frenkie de Jong, because right now we know that Frenkie de Jong, he hasn't been performing well in these past couple of weeks. His performances, they have been poor. And whenever he has come on, he's been looking slow, sluggish, not at the level that of his teammates. And he has been costing Barcelona. If you think about it, in all the games that Barcelona, they have dropped points, Frenkie de Jong, he has been a key part in those matches. And if Barcelona, they are going to vie for trophies, then we need all our players, even those coming off of the bench, at a very high level. And when we look at that the La Liga table, and we look at what the table represents, you can see that both Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, they basically clawed back that point difference that we did have, in the opening 10 to 13 games of La Liga. Right now, Barcelona, they're only 2 points ahead of Real Madrid, but Real Madrid have a game in hand, and Atletico Madrid, they have a game in hand as well, and they're only 3 points behind us. And if they are to win the clash later this month, then they would surpass us. But looking at that Liga table, it's not looking good. It's worrisome and everything like that, and that's why it's so frustrating knowing how Barcelona, we started so well, and we basically thrown away our good results and everything like that. But guys, Barcelona, they will try to appeal Hansi Flick's red card. You did see some frustration there as well. Frustration building. We do know the La Liga referees, they aren't the best. And Frenkie de Jong working to return to his best level. And hopefully he is able to return that, because Barcelona are so desperately going to need him. We can't have a player who's basically costing us games. Simple as that. But guys, let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. What do you guys make of those two reports? And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.